This is a situation report at the end of the first day's fighting in our Battle of Gettysburg. I'm playing the Confederates and Patrick's playing the Union forces. Patrick's going to give us a quick rundown of where we're at this stage.
Right, so morning of the second day, and we haven't had a single Union objective move, which is highly unusual. So it looks like all the fighting is going to occur. Is it north of the town of Gettysburg? So as we can see, Union forces have set up a line right up near the edge of the map, and Confederate forces have only really just started coming in force towards the very end of the first day. We saw a little bit of action in the first day with Johnson making an attack, which was kind of forced and with disastrous results, unfortunately. And we saw Confederates shift quite a few of their reinforcements to the Harrisburg Pike, but they seem slightly outnumbered now, and Union forces are in good positions covering that side. Both flanks are covered. So yeah, that's the situation. It'll be interesting to see how it develops on the second day. Can the Union hold the massive Confederate forces that are about to come on? And we're expecting at least one more on the next 2 hours, because the Confederates have only had 6 of their 7.
That's it. No two battles are alike. This is the situation at the end of the battle. It's ended at 6 p.m. on the 2nd of July, and it was a win to the Confederates. This particular objective here was in the field of fire of the Confederates, and the Union player was down to 1 token. So just taking an overlook at the overview of the battle, there were no objective moves at all, and which forced the Union Army to deploy way north of Gettysburg, and there was some substantial fighting up the Harrisburg Road, but the Union kept that in check, so this objective down south of Gettysburg was well protected. But all the action was near the Chambersburg Pike. Essentially, the Union line ran down Hers Ridge, I think it is, and it was pinned by a Confederate line, and then the Confederates were able to swing south of the Union line, push back the few units that were here, and get into that objective. And there was a few battles and a large tussle over that, but Hood's division did the bulk of the work, and then McLaws came up the Chambersburg entry and secured it. Things were just not looking good for the Union Army at all. A couple of elements of Pender and Rhodes's corps were heading down to threaten this most southerly objective, and Pickett was sending his infantry round to the Harrisburg Road to threaten this objective later on. So really the Union was really pushed on all fronts in this one here. So a victory to the Confederates. I needed that. It's now 2-1 to Patrick. It's interesting how this game plays out. Every game is different, and the fall of the reinforcements can really affect you, and so the game's quite asymmetric in that respect. But terrific game. 2-1 to Patrick still, but a win to the Confederates.